All right, so I think everything's running. This is our first Camtasia video here. What we're going to do is, or what I'm going to do is set up, we're going to test the template, and I've made some changes to the template and approach changes, not just like plugins or whatever, but a whole kind of a fresh start. And the thing I want to do with the template is not have it like, I want everything just zeroed, like all the plugins zeroed, because for especially coming from mixing like on a console, like you have a lot of like kind of set it and forget it, everything's the same. I don't want to mix like that anymore. So we got a new one, and we pulled in my tune On and On from last year, and we're just going to use that. So what I want to do is get a system check. I want to pull the song in to the template, get everything working, not EQing, nothing, just flat working. And then I'm going to save that, and then ultimately that's what I'll do. From there, I'll blow out the audio of that session, and then that will be what I'll make my template out of. And we probably will just do a little bit of mixing, have some fun. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not 100% sure. Everything seems like it's working. It's going to be a long video probably, so it's going to be for, people that dig this stuff. So, let's see. Okay, so there are the tracks. I pulled them into the template. Let's delete the click. I want to make sure that it was in time. I also set the tempo to 94. So, yeah, there you go. And here's the song. Here are the tracks. So I'll run a little bit of it. You can see. And the other thing too is I'm gonna try not to talk and play music at the same time, so I don't have to edit this thing like crazy. So bear with me. Well, either way, I'm gonna have to edit it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Here's some drums. And here's some bass. Bobby Patterson. Here's some guitar. Nice. It says guitar old. I think these were the original tracks. Cleans. And octave. There. And then there's a little fill track here. That's the little Johnny Cotton. And then we've got a little break guitar, which is a little stutter action. Then the solo, which is I played that here last year. A little phaser or something on there, and second half of the solo. It's like the little solo over the ending vocal thing. Acoustic guitar in the verses. Oh, vocal acoustic. Yeah, that's my brother's Taylor. That sounds so good. That's Johnny Cotton playing. My guitar over the verse. No, it's like the clean electric. This is also Johnny Cotton. Yeah, either way, I got to clean them up. The vocal, the audio here, I realize. Okay, here's the intro synth. And then here's like our main synth, and there's like a synth and a Oz and like strings. Yeah. And then we got a bunch of vocals. Everything's kind of, going for this Todd Rundgren thing. Here's like vocal in the verse. With a double.
Seem like.
Yeah. And then like a low one.
Seem like.
And then a whisper.
Seem like.
Some dude remixed this, and he brought the whisper way up, and it was kind of cool. It made it almost feel like more 9 Inch Nails. chorus.
Feel my pain.
Yep, there's all that hootenanny. And then voc bridge.
You where I look to.
Yeah, and then there's just a little bit of BGVs. Just like a little part.
On and on.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it sounds like Partridge Family.
On and on.
And here I grow. Dude, I heard this band. I'm your Venus. I'm your time. It's your desire. It's something blue. They were like a Dutch band from the 60s. Oh, man, I saw their video this morning. What a great band. Complicated Blue or something. All right. So, I'll highlight the whole thing. There's all the tracks. Those are the tracks to the record. And this now, again, has been pulled into my template. So then you come here, and there's the template. So we're gonna do some. We're gonna just. I think all you can do is just kind of watch this at first. Take all these drums and slide them over. Yeah, and you'll see kick and kick trigger, and there's kick. There's kick in and kick out right there. So here's the kick sub action. They go right here. Just kind of watch. I don't really know exactly how to explain this. Oh, right. Hold on. My bad. Yeah, I had it backwards. Normally, I don't pull in from the template. Usually, I pull the template in. So I was like, oh, he's backwards. Okay. So we're going to take the kick in and kick out. And we're going to put that out. This kick sub right here. Actually, yeah, we'll put, and so is the kick trigger. Kick sub. And we want to solo safe them. So now all three of these are going out kick sub. And then we're going to grab the snare trigger and the snare sub, pull them down here, and then we've got snare top and bottom going out snare sub, and then we have to solo safe them. This will be, and then this is like, this is here. This is the kick and snare parallel. This is like its parallel. This is its grit track, like a distorted, and then this is the punch 10. Dun, dun, dun. So this is your entire kick and snare ensemble. Got some of these ideas from that Andrew Shep's videos from Pure Mix. All right, now I've got toms. I've got 3 toms. And again, this is Tarek on drums, so I'm pretty familiar with the way this whole thing is set up. Send this out to the toms and solo safe, which I know actually how to do that now. Now we're going to do, we'll put ride and hi-hat here. So it's going to be hi-hat there. Yeah, we'll keep it like this so we can pan these. Toms will pan high. I do drummer perspective, or audience perspective, and then we'll do like that. We'll come here, put the overs. So now you'll see that all this is just going out to these main subs, overs, and then I can solo safe them all that way. Then I got a room and a staircase right here, which I'm going to send out to the room sub. And then we're going to solo safe them. And then we've got our drum verb, our tom verb, and our drum compression, drum crush and grit. And then bass. You know what we'll do? We'll bring the bass over. We'll solo the rest of this stuff, so that we don't hear it. Because remember, we're mixing out of the box. We're using a summing mixer, so everything will be out of time if we don't do that. We'll keep the percussion sub here. There's no percussion right now, but that'll be in the template for, shaker or tambo, or sometimes I even put this. These will now go out the bass. Sometimes I'll put, like certain loops or something if I don't want them through the overs, because I want them to solo safe. I want to have them. I don't want no cut or anything on them. All right, so let's see. Do you think he did it? Let's see. We should have audio. We do. Let's see if it happens. Oh, yeah, we got to do. Switch that. Even with this big rig and with all this stuff, you still need to do that. Where are those? Why am I hearing those synths? That's so weird that they didn't. Oh, I bet they have automation on them. Let me just kill the volume. That's why. Nice. There it is. So now what I do is I'll ungroup these drums. I'll grab this kick in, copy, put it on that trigger track, and then I can come here and see what's on. I think I transferred over some samples, so I just put two samples so we have something to listen to. Yeah, there you go. Kick trigger is set up. Now we'll do snare also, which if we grab snare top, we copy it. Snare trigger. Oh yeah, it'll work. Yeah, there you go. Okay, snare trigger sometimes was grouped with other things. So here's now with snare trigger too. Bling doom, bling doom. Yeah, and the snare, so you'll see that all three of the kicks go through the kick sub because it's all mono. The snares go through the snare sub, which is mono, but the snare trigger is separate because the snare trigger has like room emulations and stuff built into trigger, so it comes out stereo, so we want to keep it stereo. And everything is coming out to the Bertle B32, and then it's normaled right into the B2. So this is your print track over here. If you can see it, this dude right here, and it's all coming here. And once I get everything in, we'll go over it a little bit. It's going to be a fun video. I'm so excited about music. All right, so let's grab all our guitars. Here's all our main guitars, all of our heavies. So we're going to split, and this starts on the other side of the center section. So we've got VCAs here for drums, bass, music, vocals, vocal backgrounds, BGVs, effects, and this is your master VCA. Turns it all up and down. All right, so let's take a look at what guitar tracks we have here. All right, so we've got our main, and we're just going to use all these guitar subs. May not have normally used them all. That's all those are my main primary heavies that I tracked here. I don't know when I tracked them. These are the old ones. You know what I'll do? I'll put it here. So I'll add the old ones. So it's like it's 4 sets, or it's 4 tracks. Like it's two sets. You can see it's guitar 1, guitar 1B. That signifies that it's one performance, and then guitar 2 and guitar 2B. Oh, make sure somebody's at the front door. I'm waiting for something from Sweetwater. No? Okay. So it's like basically, yeah, these first two, the first two are going to be like, let's say pan left, that's one performance. 2 is G2. It's usually different guitar amps. So if you look here, you'll see Black Paul Uber, Black Paul Harry Brown Eye. That's how old this is. And then this is a stereo mix of the old version. Hey, what's up? We're shooting a video. Say, hey, your food's coming. So we'll take all this and put it out G1.
When does the pizza get here?
Get a few. And then what we'll do is we'll solo safe it. So now all these are your main heavy tracks. They're all going to guitar 1 sub. And you'll see that all these subs are all red. And that's the only thing in the session that's red. So now, yeah, hang loose. Stay with me, buddy. Now we've got like these clean guitars and fill guitars. So we'll just separate them out. This is, yeah, we'll do this. We'll do the clean guitars on Jake.
How do you,
Come on,
how do
buddy.
you spell pizza?
Not right now, Jake.
I just want to see when he gets here.
It'll be here. Come on. Come on, buddy. Sorry about that. Guitar clean. Yeah, some of these are that color because that was before we were using this color. Give me a second. I'm confused now. He came in and freaked me out. What the heck? Okay, I get it. I get it. All right, so let's make these a different color. All right. So guitar clean will go into G1 or G2. Come out G2. Boom. And we'll save it. Then all these can be G3, which is G3. And the thing is, like, it looks like, oh my god, this is so good. It's like too much. It's really not. It's really fast. And if I wasn't explaining this, I would be done already. And it would already sound good. Or it would all be in place to sound good. Oh, these solos will go out solo. And they're solo saved. Or not. Oh yeah, we've got acoustic. And we have keys. So we have everything. So we'll grab our acoustic and our strings. We'll move all these guys over here. Right there. You guys can ask questions in the comments or whatever. You know, I can try to answer them. I don't know. It's hard to explain this stuff while you're doing it, you know. And then we'll solo safe them, which if you do all solo safe, it's Shift Option Apple. Command, I guess. There it is. See, it's all saves them all. And then we've got all our synths, which will all go out keyboards, keys, and then solo safe them all. And we'll turn these guys back up. I don't know where they go, but that's close enough for rock and roll. And then at the end of all this music, so this is like all the guitars and keyboards, guitars, acoustic guitars, solos, keyboards. And then at the end we have a music crush and a music grit because everybody wants it loud and slamming. Now we'll take all the main vocals, not the BGVs. These are all up the middle, center panned. We'll come on the other side of music grit, right? So vocals start here. And now I'll usually go over to this side so I can see. Yeah, so this would be verse 1. And then once they're in here, you can change the name of the, and that's verse 2, and then this would be bridge. It's so simple. You can change the name of the sub. Verse 1. And that's all solo saved. And then these, which this color is not good. This is verse 2, solo saved, and then, or no, vocal 2, V2, and then this would be V3, which is the bridge. The bridge. So it's set up real easy, and you can set up more of these, solo safe. You could set up more of these based on, you know, what you want. This is just so that when you can easily just treat the verse, chorus, and bridge kind of separately. It's a generic setup for most modern music and pop music. That's kind of like those 3-part music. All right, so here's the main vocals. Now these are the subs. Notice they're purple. They're a different color, and they're also solo saved, unlike the subs down there, which are not. That's because these then go to these 3. It's like a Brower. Let me make sure that this isn't Sweetwater. It's kind of the Brower multi-bus thing. Well, I hope they sent it. It seems weird I didn't. So these 3 here, Voc 1, which is verse, chorus, and bridge, are going all into, you'll see they all go Voc main. They all come in to these 3. And it's got an 1176, an LA2A, and a distressor. And this is kind of the Brower thing. And again, all this stuff can be changed on the fly. it's easy. But this is kind of how I like doing it for now. And then I've got these also bust to Voc Crush and Voc Air. So Voc Crush is a crush track, and then Grit is like a devil lock. That's like a track, which you can put anything on there. You can put Decapitator, you can put a guitar amp if that's made you happy. And then Voc Air is kind of like a Oral Exciter, this revival thing. Gives like a little, and for pop it's nice. You put it wide. It's like you just bring it in. It's like, ooh, it's the Usher sound. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. Now here's my background vocals. We'll send them out to BGV. And all this is set up in the I/O. It's all already named and solo safe it. So these 4, pan left and right, are going to this BGV channel. And then there's also a BGV crush track, which is, or like a parallel track, which is set here, which isn't on. I don't use it a lot, but it's there. And then here are like my 8 generically, like these are my basic room reverb, and it goes from small to big: room reverb, plate reverb, hall reverb, concert reverb, big, and then AMS, because I just got this with the new UAD. This thing is cool. I've experimented with it, but I haven't used it yet. So it's got its own little track. So remember, we got room to concert, they're getting bigger, and then slap to quarter, it's getting bigger, and then I've got a Dimension D here, like kind of chorusy thing, and then I've got a split harm. It's the same plugin but set to, I think the track was, I think it was called 80s wide vocal, maybe. I don't know. I gotta see. I don't know. I haven't mixed yet, so I think it was called 80s Dimension. It's basically kind of like an H3000. I'm not sure if it's working yet, though. I don't know what's pulled over, and so that's what we're doing right now. So the game plan with this is to I'm not going to be doing mixing and per se like EQing, because I want to just keep everything flat. What I want to do is kind of lay it out across, make sure it's working, and then you guys get a chance to see this. So there it is. It looks like a lot, and I'll tell you, I could have done this in 10 minutes and like hit play, and it already was like, all right, we're getting somewhere, and everything's set up. And I'm going to show you how I'm setting this up. Under, let's go system usage. Yeah, there you go. So our HDX card is rocking. Computer's nothing. Disk cache, we switched over to using 4 gigs instead of normal. Anders Motes just was like, that's a better way to do it, so we're doing it. And then you come to UAD, and we've got 75% used. So we still have a little room. And this is the big change. Okay, so what I did on all these red, these are all the subs. Like this is like, this is kick, this is snare, this is your snare trigger, or snare, yeah, and then there's toms, overs, rooms, percussion, bass, and then you come down here and you've got guitar 1. You see they're all red. Solo, you got acoustic down here, and you've got keys. That's the end of that kind of thing. Then we've got this, which have these other plugins on there, these more 1176 LA2AE distressor things. But all of these other ones, all these red ones, are all set up the same. The third slot from the top, is this. So here's the thing. I'm tired of like mixing and matching that much. So we're back. Sorry about that. I'll chop that out. Hopefully I find it. Anyway, all right. So I'm going to cut out all that crap. So here's the thought. I just want everything, like most all of my favorite records, everything was tracked, mixed on the same thing. If they tracked it on a Neve, everything was tracked with a Neve, and they mixed it on SSL, it was mixed on an SSL. Some people did their whole records on Neves or SSLs. You know, this is the modern thing of like having 90 different mic pre's and all these different plugins. I don't want to mix like that anymore. So I'm treating this like a console. And that's on every channel, every one of the subs. I spent 2 days using every single SSL type channel that I could get my hands on, and I like this the best. The BX was really nice, but I like this. It just sounded more natural to me. It seemed like it would be just better for the way I hear. The UA is nice, but this is the thing with the UAD. Like, I've already got enough UAD. I couldn't put UAD across. It's just too much. So that's it. So we're going to have an SSL on every channel. It's going to be awesome. It's going to have continuity. All my favorite records had continuity. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to be cool. I'm excited. All right. Who's excited? So here's the template. We're going to hit play. Who thinks I got everything in? Start it from wherever that synth thing starts, which is right here. Just put a little marker so we know. Thinks I did it. Okay, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, I'm out of eye mode. I'm stoked. All right, so I'm gonna mess around a little bit. Again, if you got questions, don't be afraid to ask. I don't have this. I don't have markers set up on this. Well, I don't even have grids on this. Am I not seeing grids? Oh no, I am. Okay. Yeah, we'll just. We are on time. We'll do this. What's that? There's 8 bars. This is awesome. I'm so stoked. So I've got my kick. Snare. Come on in. Hey, what's up, man? All right, come on. We're mixing. All right, so then we've got kick and snare, which come together to a kick and snare crush. And again, I learned this. This is from Andrew Sheps when he went from mixing in the box or mixing analog to in the box in his the video series on whatever it was, Pure Mix called Mixing Ziggy Marley in the Box. Really was great. And it was right when I was selling my SSL. So I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. So here it is. So everything's coming out to a kick crush. So I'll kill all this. We got a kick crush. So this is kick and snare crush. It's like a parallel. And then we got a grit, which is a little decapitator, which... Yeah. And then we got punch 10. This is the only hardware I have left in my mix chain other than the Burl B32. Other than it being summed out, everything else is in the box. This is the only piece of hardware that I can't get the software to do what this punch 10 does. This is a Furman punch 10. It's a subharmonic generator, and it moves very fast. And here it is coming off of the kick drum. Listen, I'll bring it in. That's awesome. So, and so the point of this video is just to kind of go through it and make sure everything's set up. We'll check all the effects down the line. Toms, not sure where there's any toms in this. Oh yeah, the bridge has like a... I thought this would be a good song because it's kind of got a bunch of stuff going on. Yeah, no screaming, no screaming. It's back end of the solo.
When does pizza get here?
Everywhere.
Okay, let me kill these vocals for now. I'll come back to this. Back to the toms. Right. The piece that I took out was I had the oral exciter with the big bottom. I ended up getting this instead. That is killer. Leapwing Root 1. So again on this, so going back to my kick track, all I've got on is the SSL, which is doing nothing right now. It's just there. And then I set up this little Pro QL on the first slot, just cutting at 20. So that you can obviously sculpt too. It's not the easiest thing to try to work with kids, with the kids around. Anyway, so back to, I put this in the first slot of most all of them, except if there's trigger. Obviously, we're not going to do that. And then we've got our snare, which I've got that in the first slot. Little 800 thingy, 800. And that's on a third slot of everything. So you just put you get that muscle memory. This is another thing, you know, I kind of learned some of this stuff from Flatness. Andrew Sheps, he likes bumping this 220 here, and I got it and I liked it. I was like, so we put it on both of them. Kick the snare and snare trigger. Kind of bouncing around. I'm learning this as we go. Trans X, a little fat on the snare, the trigger, and then you'll see down here is there's 10 slots. Again, they're all set up, room, plate, hall. These are empty because I'm not using them, but then, you know, they go sequentially to these 10 that are here, the room through split harmonizer. So it's all very, you know, it's all like, so that I can just shut my mind off and do my thing and not be like, oh, where's this and where's that, and like, but I can switch out effects and I can do everything different as we're going. But we started a place like that. All right, so there's toms, which is first SSL, and then this root tone. That thing is cool. Overs, that's it. Just the the Fab and the SSL. Rooms, same thing. And then I've got a drum verb and tom verb, and then I've got a drum crush and a drum grit. Same type of stuff. Fatso, drum crush, devil lock, drum grit, and that can all be switched around or not used at all. Sometimes I just don't use it, but it's there. Here's our bass. Here's our 3 bass tracks, which are coming over to our bass sub. This is what I have to figure out. I think that there's something's changed in the way I've set this up, so the groups have changed. So if I was to mute drums right now, figure is coming through the bass. This is where I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused on some of this stuff. I'm not going to be able to solve all these problems right now. I think that I need to do some work on some of them. Okay, so that's a good sign. Somehow coming through. It's somehow coming through this. It's coming through punch 10. Ah, okay. Punch 10 is somehow not in a group. That's what it is. All right. You know what? I don't want to mess with this. Yeah, I have to figure this out. I'm just gonna blow through the rest of this, and I'll figure this out. Let me make a note. P10 note. P10 in group. I'll know what that means. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. There you go. And now we come to the guitars and the music. We'll mute out the drums and just kind of getting a little feel for this. I think I want to change the structure to get the tracks up in volume. It's like a basis. I think keeping these down a little bit maybe. That gives you an idea. It doesn't have to be anything perfect. So now, kind of get a little vibe going here. GarageBand keeps saying GarageBand has detected feedback. I'm recording this audio through GarageBand because I haven't figured out what's the next step. A lot to learn, a lot of stuff to set up for this.
Seemed like your world had come undone, just like my broken heart. I know you're scared and reeling, but I am torn apart. Feel my pain. Seemed like your world had come undone, just like my broken heart. I know you're scared and reeling, but seemed like your world had come undone, just like my broken heart. I know you're seemed like your world had come, just like my broken heart. I know you're scared and reeling, but I am. World had come undone, just like my broken heart. I know you're scared and reeling. Feel my pain. On and on, on and on. All I can say is not the same without you here.
Yeah, let me shut this. Everything's really probably too loud. Like I said, I'm just kind of. There's a couple things I know I've got to fix here, so we're just going to tuck this in for now.
Feel my pain. On and on, on and on. Feel my pain.
No effects, no EQing, no reverb, just I'm going to make sure everything's routed correctly.
Seem like your world.
All right, we're back. So anyway, we're going to do this kind of in two parts because now I'm realizing it's just there's a lot of stuff I want to go through. But anyway, this is kind of the end of the basic track here, the basic template.
Seem like your world had come undone, just like my.
Somehow kicking, and I don't know why it is. I wonder if it has something to do with this.
Seem like your world.
It's the punch The punch 10 is not in a group, so we'll get that. But here's the vocals, right? So verse 1, chorus, bridge, and then here are the 10 vocal or the 10 effects, room.
Seemed like your world had come undone, just like my broken heart.
That was plate, and then we got hall.
Seemed like your world had come undone. Seemed like your world had come undone, just like my broken heart. I know you're scared and reeling.
And that's slap. So here's the delays. Eighth.
Seemed like your world.
Quarter.
Seemed like your world.
This is that kind of chorusy doubler.
Seemed like your.
It's nice. That's a little obviously ridiculously heavy, but and here's split harm.
Seemed like your world had come.
All right. Anyway, and now we're down to the end, which is now the final, which is the BGVs, and they're going out. The thing I added to them was the massive passive. This thing is really nice. I got that on the master in this SSL. So let's see where the BGVs are. Let's see where the BGVs are.
On and on, on and on.
Sounds kind of monotonous, huh? Droney.
On and on, on and on. Without you here, falling tear. On and on, on and on.
Anyway, that's it. So this is going to be the end of part 1. This is going to be probably 2 parts. Yeah, and the only other thing, the master bus I didn't go over. I'm sorry, man. It's like I'm trying to focus and my kids are coming in. It's craziness. I got a trim, a DSP trim, because you have to put it in I mode. So all this works. Little cut. 800. This brain works. Monstrosity. And this is where I'm messing around with different ones. There's the SSL bus and massive passive into this. And this is where I'm kind of going to be messing around. And then like an L2 and then a little bit of that little fab filter action. So again, it's we're coming together. We'll go over it. This is the end of part 1 because I got to go sort out my kids now. I got to go sort out those kids. Yeah. Room. Love those Valhallas, huh? Plate. Hall. Concert. AMS. Slap. Eighth. Quarter. And then like the 2 modulations. And again, all this can be changed on the fly. So anyway, that's it. That's the end of this first one. It's the first one I've done with Camtasia and running GarageBand for the audio of Camtasia because I can't figure out. I've got to get like OBS or Soundflower or something. I don't know. One step at a time. But anyway, that's it. Like and subscribe. Part 2's coming.